For me, recording Saga was a completely different experience to Hellblade 1 because Hellblade 1 was a very intimate experience. I was the only character in the game, like the only character that was actually like motion captured. So yeah, being on a massive stage compared to the first one with a big team and other actors was like, yeah, it was very, very different, but I really enjoyed it. I think I had to overcome my performance anxiety quite a lot because, yeah, like in the first game I was able to hide a little bit more. Like there was not many people watching me when I was performing, whereas being on a stage with a whole cast, it's a bit more vulnerable. But because we got on so well, it was very easy in the end.
This actually was really cool for me because we didn't see this part of it, the actual like fully rendered storm and everything, for a long time down on the stage. But something that we were really proud of is that boat rig that we built matched up so well with where you actually ended up on the boat, Chris, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was insanely fun. We had a huge rig that was kind of like operated by ropes, so everyone who was on the rig would all be moving with the same kind of momentum of the sea.
It was really cool though, being like tied up on an actual boat rather than just pretending to be on a boat. So it felt very realistic.
I think there were a couple of times, before we had decided on what the build was going to be, where I'd come down to the stage and kind of see you being scooted around on a chair. I was like, this is what we're gonna do, but it's gonna be much more than that. Like, it was one of the first things that we shot, and I hadn't started too much longer before then. I think I'd only been here for about 6 months. And that kind of build is not something I would have ever imagined seeing on a mocap set, just because of how sensitive the cameras are, and being able to carry that kind of weight and still get the data you need is difficult. So to see it all kind of come together and not cause us really any technical issues was really cool. I felt really special.
Yeah, that swimming scene was, I think, one of my favorite things to shoot because it was the first time that I got to use like a harness, or do you call it gyroscope, Chris?
The colloquial term for it is tuning fork. I think.
Dear. I'll never remember that. But yeah, I remember you were all in with Lucky 13 and riggers and yeah, just strapping me into that harness, and I underestimated how much hard work it is to be in that harness and to pretend to swim. I kind of imagined it being really easy, but you actually have to tense like all the muscles in your body, and it's quite hard work.
This one was another one that was kind of tricky because we didn't know the exact layout of the beach as you were washing up on it. So I think that's a nice little bit where kind of what you shoot informs what you get at the end of it, because it all had to be built with what we were able to do in mind. Looks brutal.
That was quite fun because I had to like pretend to be like washed up. So I was like pretending there would be waves and like rolling from left to right. And then it kind of cuts into one of our stunt doubles, I think Lisa. She was in the harness as well, and then she did the actual washing up scene.
She will survive. Come on, get up quick. She's trying. You let him die like this. Don't look anymore. Now.
Chapter 1 is a place called Reykjanesta on the Reykjanes Peninsula, which is the same peninsula that Reykjavik is in. And this was actually the first location we went to?
Yeah, pretty much the first location, I think.
Yeah.
It was one of the earliest locations we started building as well.
Yeah, so it was literally our first experience of Iceland, was coming out of Reykjavik airport and driving straight out here, and it was quite intense, I think, wasn't it? It was a very like the weather was pretty full on.
Yeah, it was a kind of a very, not quite as stormy as it is in the game, but we definitely had a sort of a blustery day to kind of experience the coast.
Yeah, and we went through a lot of iterations in terms of how we represented this. I think what we ended up with, we did quite a few resets where we were trying to kind of represent it as it was, but then struggling to kind of get it to work with the gameplay. And I think at one point we sort of reset back to try and get as close to the layout as possible, and then we were a little bit more considered about what we changed so it worked with the gameplay. Like the first initial area, you probably will recognise some of it from the real location. I don't know.
I think it matches, like layout wise, it kind of follows the real location, but we definitely modified the landscape and made it more rocky and more sort of dangerous looking, to kind of filter the player along the path, but also kind of set the mood for the sort of dangers of Iceland and its kind of hazards.
Yeah, so inland we've kind of amped up the lava field, which is now a lot of it's covered by grass and things. Obviously there's roads and things that come through it. When you come up to the ridge and look out over the beach in that section there, I mean, that's quite similar what you have in real life, but yeah, there's a lot you need to do to consider, like for when to guide the player and to fit in with the different narrative beats. You know, we can't let it be completely open and fully navigatable. You have to kind of channel you in certain areas, so there's various kind of tricks and things that we did to do that. And I think, as ever, the first level of any game gets an awful lot of attention, just because if you do work on that first, when you carry on doing the other levels, you realise how much you've progressed at that point, so you want to go back to the first one and rework that. And with it being the first chapter as well, it's super important that this is the thing that kind of sets the tone and sets the bar for the rest of the game. So it did feel like we worked on chapter 1 for an eternity.
I mean, another thing that stopped us from capturing a lot of the sort of area was the time we were there. There was a lot of like nesting birds and a lot of gulls and oyster catchers. So there was a lot of gulls and oyster catchers flying around at the time. So it made it very difficult to kind of get drones or other, capture elements when we're kind of being dive bombed by oyster catchers, and kind of there's lots of disruption around that we're trying to avoid and not sort of disturb them too much at the same time.
In particular, they took a disliking to Jim Waters, one of our environmentalists.
So Reykjanesta was one of the first areas that we worked on. It's one of the first places where we started to really get into the photogrammetry and using that as a test bed. So the good thing about this area as well, there's a lot of kind of reusable rock structures that we used as a test for doing photogrammetry, and then seeing if we could, how many areas that we could populate with a very few amount of meshes.
The ones who didn't live, the ones she could not save. She can hear them calling. Lives stolen by the Northmen. She carries them with her, always. She is afraid, exhausted.
this way. Just to die among strangers.
You! Why did you come back?
Did you think you had left me behind? I am always here.
I won't listen to you!
Her voice thought she'd left it in the past. Her father. He clouds her mind with fear, but she won't stop. Stronger forces drive her on.
He's wounded. He won't try anything. You have to keep your eyes on him.
We should have thrown you overboard. I wish you had drowned like the others. Just wait till I get free.
He won't help us.
You seriously think you will survive here? You don't know this place.
He is evil. He knows this place. Shh, don't trust him.
So quiet.
No further. Something's wrong.
What happened here? It smells of death. He doesn't want
The
to.
settlement has fallen to the Dragar.
Oiga.
There is nothing but death beyond those gates.
I don't want to see what's in there.
Did you hear it?
Did you hear it? Don't listen.
Someone is suffering. Help me. You need to go inside.
You need to help them. Someone needs your help.
Everyone is dead in there. Everyone.
Help us.
Do you want to join them?
You came here to help.
Let's go.
Listen to yourself.
What is beyond there is too dark.
We are leaving. Now.
Don't give me orders, slaver. We'll find another way in.
You need to find them. Move quickly. This place.
What is this place?
My settlement.
In pain.
I led my people here.
Broken.
Promised them a new life.
Called this home.
An escape from the madness and misery across the sea. For some time we were happy.
Like us. We were happy. Until him.
But then the volcano and the darkness came.
The monster started enslaving people.
Each tiger stalks my settlement when night falls.
So, Red Hills, or Raulhula, I'm saying that right. It's a strange place, isn't it? Because it's so close to Reykjavik that you can basically, it's surrounded by roads, and then you've got like an industrial estate over the back there.
Definitely. Yeah, there's an awful lot of warehouses here. Yeah, we spent a few days there, didn't we, capturing everything we like the look of. And it was sort of a place where we sort of, some of us did photogrammetry for the first time, or were practicing it in the field for the first time, and